Is your life falling apart right now? Maybe you lost your job, your relationships are breaking down, your prayers feel unanswered. And deep inside you are asking, God, did I do something wrong? Are you punishing me? Stop right there. Today I am going to share something with you that you have probably never heard before. These are not just motivational words. These are hidden truths from the Bible that prove God is not punishing you. He is testing you. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly which signs you are experiencing. First, there is something important you need to understand. Most people believe that God's test only comes through suffering and pain. But that belief is incomplete. In the Bible, testing works very differently than most people think. And if you do not understand this, you will spend your entire life feeling punished, while God is actually preparing you for something greater. So let us get into the first sign. Sign 1, the Hebrew word secret. The real meaning of test that nobody tells you. Did you know that in the Bible, the Hebrew word used for testing is NASA, and it does not simply mean pass or fail. Biblical scholars have explained this word using the image of a weightlifter. Imagine a weightlifter in the gym. He keeps adding more and more weight to the bar. He does not stop when he fails. He stops when he has reached his absolute maximum limit. That is exactly what NASA means. God keeps pushing you, not until you break, but until you reach your full potential. He did not come to destroy you. He came to discover how strong you can actually become, and then he wants to make you even stronger. So the next time you feel like everything is too much, remember this. What God calls too much is not your limit. In God's eyes, you are far more capable than you think you are. Sign 2. Test and miracle are the same word. This shocking connection will change the way you see your pain. Now listen to this very carefully, because this will blow your mind. In the Hebrew language, the word nisa means test, and in that same language, the word nes means miracle. And here is the shocking part. Both of these words share the exact same root, same letters, same origin. So what does that mean for you? It means that every time God tests you, a miracle is already hidden inside that test. You are looking at your situation from the outside and calling it punishment, but God is looking at it from the inside, and He has already placed a miracle inside your pain that will be revealed when the test is over. Your struggle and your miracle come from the same place. The only difference is that the miracle shows up after the test is finished. Sign 3. The hidden story of Hezekiah, a great king's test that almost nobody talks about. Let us talk about a story that very few people discuss. Hezekiah, one of the greatest kings in the entire Bible. He restored the temple, he removed idol worship, and he did so much for God. But in 2 Chronicles chapter 32, something unusual is written. God withdrew his presence from Hezekiah. He stepped back. He went silent. Why? Simply to see what was truly inside Hezekiah's heart. And Hezekiah failed that test. He proudly showed off his wealth to the ambassadors from Babylon. Now think about this. If one of the greatest kings in the Bible could fail a test, what does that say about the rest of us? But here is the deeper point. God tested Hezekiah during his success, not during his suffering. This is something very few people realize. Sometimes God's silence does not mean He has left you. It means He is simply watching to see what you do when no one else is watching. And sometimes the test does not come through hardship. It comes through blessing and success. If this video spoke to your heart, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps more people find this content. And drop a comment below. Tell me what topic you would like me to cover next. Your suggestions mean everything to me. I read every single comment. Sign 4. The Manna test nobody talks about. God tested people by giving them food, not by taking it away. This is one of the rarest insights from the Bible. In Exodus chapter 16, God sent bread from heaven every single day. Manna to the Israelites in the wilderness. But God Himself said, I am sending this bread so that I can test them. Think about that. God tested His people by giving them a blessing, not by taking something away, not through pain, through provision. And this completely challenges the way most of us think. We assume that when life is good, God is happy with us, and when things fall apart, God is punishing us. But the Bible shows us the opposite is also true. Sometimes God gives you a great job and then watches to see if you still remember Him. Sometimes God brings a loving person into your life and then watches to see if you still feel like you need Him. What you do after a blessing, that is also a test. Sign 5. The difference between punishment and testing. Adam and Job reveal a hidden truth most people miss. This is one of the most important points in this entire video. There is a clear internal difference between a person going through punishment and a person going through a test. Look at Genesis chapter 3. When Adam sinned and the consequences came, what did Adam do? He hid. He ran away from God. He felt shame. He could not face God. But now look at Job. Everything was taken from Job. His children, his health, his wealth. And what did Job do? He went straight to God. He argued with God. He said in Job chapter 23, I will search for him. I will come before him. I will present my case before him. Job did not run away from God in his pain. He ran toward God. So here is the sign you need to check in your own life. If your current struggle is making you run away from God, if prayer has stopped, if you feel disconnected, if you are hiding, that is the response of punishment. But if your struggle is painful and confusing, yet you are still showing up before God, still crying out to Him, still reaching for Him, that is the response of a test. Which one are you experiencing right now? Sign 6, the bravest line in the Bible. 3 words that most people always skip over. In Daniel chapter 3, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were threatened with being thrown into a burning furnace simply because they refused to worship anyone other than God. And the answer they gave back is one of the bravest statements in all of Scripture. They said, Our God is able to save us from this fire, but even if He does not, we will still worship only Him. Even if He does not. Those 3 words, even if He does not, that is what it means to truly pass a test. So many people say, God, if you fix my situation, I will be grateful. God, if you answer my prayer, I will believe. But that kind of conditional faith collapses under pressure. Real faith, the kind that passes the test, says this, God, whether you fix my situation or not, whether my prayer gets answered the way I want or not, I am still yours. Can you say that today? Because that is exactly the kind of faith God is looking for. Sign 7. God does not always deliver the test directly. This is rarely talked about, but it is clearly in the Bible. Now this might surprise you. God does not always send the test directly. Sometimes He uses other people. Sometimes He uses circumstances. And in the Bible, there is a very clear example where God even allowed Satan to be the instrument of Job's test. But the permission came from God. Every single thing that happened to Job came through God's hand first. So here is what that means for your life. The person who is causing you pain right now, they may not even realize that they are being used as an instrument in God's plan to test you. That boss who makes your life difficult, that friend who betrayed you, that situation that makes absolutely no sense. Any one of these could be God's instrument, and if God gave permission for it, it means God is actively involved in your situation. And if God is actively involved, this is not punishment. This is a test with a purpose, called to action. So those were the 7 rare and powerful signs that prove God is testing you, not punishing you. The Hebrew word nasa tells us God is pushing you to your maximum potential. The fact that test and miracle share the same root word tells us your miracle is already inside your struggle. Hezekiah shows us that God sometimes tests through silence and success. The Manna story shows us that blessings are also tests. Job shows us that running toward God in pain is the sign of a test. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego show us what real faith under pressure looks like. And the story of Job shows us that even the people hurting you are in God's hands. Remember this, God only tests those He is preparing to elevate. Your test is not proof that God has forgotten you. Your test is proof that God is not finished with you yet. If this video spoke to your heart, do one thing right now. Send this to one person in your life who is going through a hard time. They need to hear this today. God bless you.